this deal I'm gonna pay. Step into the bad side. That's my song. Actually, my son really liked that song. My son really liked that song. I used to make my kids listen to or watch Dream Girls all the time because I was like, I had uh lost my job and I didn't have any money and we couldn't go nowhere and do nothing. So I was like, we're about to get into this Dream Girls. They were so tired of it. Michaela was a baby, but Terrence was like, let me pick a movie. So I think his movie was like Fun with Dick and Jane. So we used to watch that. And then she had a movie too. It was um, Princess and the Frog. So that's a little trip down memory lane for y'all. If you are here watching this morning or this afternoon, whichever time I post this, I just want to say thanks. But I'd also like to say make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that you can be here whenever I'm talking my shit, because that's what I do. If you're not following me on TikTok at Creative AF Consulting, I'm kicking off over there with What the Fuck America content. So I'm just looking at news articles and videos, and I'm talking shit about them because, well, what the fuck, America? Most recently, we have Laura Ingraham from Fox News, excuse me, from Fox News, couldn't even say it right, insinuating that Robert Cremo, who killed 6 people, I think maybe 7 actually, at the Highland Park 4th of July parade, and the several of the other mass shooters. The reason why they've done that, you all, is because marijuana. So we want to go ahead and defend marijuana because I refuse to accept and agree to it's in the weed. I'll tell you what, it is in the weeds, but it's in the programming. Okay. It's in the programming. And until somebody accepts and admits that it's in the programming and works to change that, we're going to keep having these same issues. Okay. All right. So, step into the bad side. I'm going to listen to it again because I have something I want to talk about. But first, I want to say we got the sun in reverse. Looks like I have put some astrological transits here too, or aspects. Step into the bad side. Mars in opposition to the moon. Remember, Mars has moved into Taurus. Slow moving, trepidation. But I'm about to do something. You might not know when. You might not be able to expect it in opposition with the moon, which I have not looked to see what sign the moon is in today. I didn't write down. And then we've got Mercury, which moved into Cancer. So we're looking at some defensiveness and we're looking at some sensitivity, and a lot of people are communicating from a wounded place right now. I'm kind of hearing, and then my own daughter had an issue yesterday, and we had to make these affirmation cards for post rage. So she wasn't feeling like a bad person because she had a rage. But we've got Mercury in a square with Jupiter, which is our blessing. So again, and this is really the message here, how you choose to communicate in this moment of sensitivity or triggering is going to either allow your blessings to flow in or block them. Okay. So then it looks like we also have the sun in the sextile with Uranus. So our card for today actually is the sun in reverse. Gonna take me ride. Probably don't feel very good. Light is out. I don't feel illuminated. I don't feel like a boss bitch. Well, that's okay. Like, you're not always gonna feel like that. But when you don't feel like that, you gotta have some tools, okay, that help you get back into your alignment. So let's see. What did I say? Feel blocked from the sun. No light, no joy, and too much darkness. Do not consider yourself buried. You have been planted. Now bloom. Come on. This is your moment. Okay. I don't know why that just fell down. Probably because of this fan, but okay. So this is what I want to talk about. And I've got this song, Step into the Bad Side, because I asked the question yesterday, step into the bad side. I asked the question yesterday to pretty much everybody, do you think you are nice? And I'm asking that question because I feel like I have learned and I'm learning that being nice sometimes can be associated too with like people pleasing and, being sort of weak or whatever. And remember, I was telling y'all this guy had said that I looked kind of like wounded or whatever. And I'm like, well, maybe he's saying that I look too nice. But the thing about it is, I'm not, And yesterday I had a video that I didn't get to post because I went out to lunch with somebody, and it just, by the time I got back, child, I was not going to post it. But I said in the video, I'm not nice, and y'all probably have seen me and said, oh, she's so nice because, I seem to have a pleasant disposition. But I actually will also cut you if I feel like I am in danger. And that to me is not necessarily niceness. That is operating in loving kindness, which means sometimes I also choose myself. And I think that, we have a tendency to feel bad or feel guilty for making a choice that serves us because it's not being nice to another person. So here's my new motto. And I don't know if everyone's going to like this, and I don't actually care. Fuck nice. Okay? We're not doing nice anymore. Not doing nice anymore. We're doing truth. We're doing authenticity. We're doing kindness. Okay? Listen, man. So, that's where we're at. Okay? So, yes, this is the moment. Let us talk about how to bloom where we're planted when we feel like we've been buried. And I can't remember what I was listening to. Oh, TD Jakes last week. And he was saying that when a seed is planted, and we miss this, and I thought this was a beautiful message. Well, y'all know I'm not Christian, but I still love the Lord. Okay, and I still participate. He was saying that when a seed is planted, it has to go down first because that's how the roots are created. And then once the roots are created, the plant begins to grow. What is it? It's on the bed right here. I'm staying right there. You're gonna love me. Thank you. I told her I needed my time to do my video because we have some fun things planned for this afternoon. But I also told her that if she be playing in my face, we're not gonna. And that is just an example of me not being nice mommy, because nice mommy would be like, do whatever you want to me, girl, and we still gonna live it up. That's not taking place. Okay. All right. So yeah. So the seed creates roots first, and then I don't know, this oil spilled on the desk, and this is just it's bothering me so much, and I'm about to clean it off, and I'll be right back. Yes, we like this. This is much better. Okay. All right, so yeah. Let's talk about how to bloom where you're planted then. That's right, mister. So the first thing that's coming to mind and what I wanted to say here is the key to that is really gratitude, of course. But additionally, you have to be able to, and I'll talk about this in the course, um, raise your vibration and find joy now. I am calling in the support of my angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, my heavenly Father, my creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. Okay. I'm at peace. I'm at ease. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. Amen. So the course is, yes, called Raise Your Vibration and Find Joy Now. And in the course, I talk about this. I talk about, how to get started changing your life. Because we often decide that we want to change and we want things to be different, but like, we don't know how to do it. And then the expectation is, once you start learning about the law of attraction and manifestation, the expectation is that your surroundings change without you doing anything. You got to do something. Well, you got to do something, which means you have to bloom where you're planted. You don't get to just pick up the roots and go to a new location. And that's what we think happens. I want to recreate my life. I want to change my life. I'm about to uproot myself and move. Unfortunately, that's not it. It's blooming where you're planted and watching that garden that you're presently planted in change because you've changed. We got the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Diamonds, indicative of you putting in some work, doing some work. That's a work card. That's a work to succeed card. And this hair, child, is very big. Yes, come on, Foxy Cleopatra. How you doing, baby? All right. We got the Three of Clubs. Pretty well. And the thing is that, like, I know I've just used that flower analogy about not being able to uproot and move. But when it comes to seeing, like, the Three of Clubs or Three of Wands, what we're talking about is moving, too. So that could mean relationships with people who keep you stuck, participating in behaviors that keep you stuck. It doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, I'm moving my physical location. It could mean I'm moving energetically into the direction of what I say I want, where I'm trying to go, etc., so on and so forth, you know. Because for me, it was, okay, I got to get real about my alcohol use, which I talk about in the course too. I talk extensively about how I behave. And we got the Nine of Spades, lining up with the Nine of Swords. So I always think about this because I think when you are being moved, shifted by the divine, you're going to have those times where you find it hard to settle or find rest or be at peace and be at ease, right? You're not sleeping well, your dreams are kind of haunting you. You know, the things that you're seeing in your physical reality are also causing you pain, and you're just frustrated. But the divine is giving you a message there. So you have to be able to see that turmoil that you're in, the grief that you're in, as the planting. When I say don't feel buried, feel planted, you are now planted. It's dark and hell is very hot. But what you going to do? Barbecue or mildew? Are you going to stay in that position? Are you going to stay right there where you are? Or are you going to move? Are you going to make a shift? Again, it may not be a physical transition. A lot of people are like, okay, well, I feel like I'm being told to move. And then they move to a different state and still keep the same contacts they had in the state that they were in, keep the same vibration, keep the same attitude, keep the same everything. You're not moving. You moved, but you're still stuck. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let's get some more cards. She said, I want to taste of your honey. I gotta go buy some candles today. Oh, I need to ask my friend what time she's doing that dinner, because I got stuff I have to do too. Baby, gotta work it out. What time is... Why my mama keep calling me, man?
Well, I'm headed there now.
Okay.
I just left the house.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Bye. Okay, sorry. That was my mom. She said she was going to some store where they have like super cheap electronics or something, like for iPad or something. I don't know. Yeah, she did. Anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about now. Okay, yes. So yeah, how do we bloom where we're planted? We've got the Eight of Diamonds, the Three of Clubs, and the Nine of Spades. So, doing your work first. being able to move out of situations that hurt, and being able to see your struggle as opportunity and not abuse. Come on. And we got the Nine of Pentacles. Just like we talked about when we were talking about gratitude. Look at what you've already grown. See it as it is. This is beautiful. I'm here. Okay, I might be now needing to adjust out of it. But damn, look at the work I did do. Look at what I created. And that was one of the things that really helped me, was being able to see, even though my life did hurt and it was not ideal, like I'm not going to lie about it, I could see how my vibration had created that experience. And I said to myself, and this was so key, what if I changed my vibration? What could I create with that energy? If I've been spewing poison, if I've been emitting poison, if I've been projecting toxicity this whole time, and I did this, that matches that, what would happen if I flipped that around and I was able to try something different? I could grow. I'm a creator. Boogie Wonderland. That's my song too. Me and my little boy used to watch Happy Feet all the time. Boogie Wonderland. All right, the moon in reverse. Sometimes when I see the moon, I think about being wild and off balance, because you know the moon is really what keeps us out of balance. Like, people don't realize that, but the moon has a purpose other than just being a luminary. Like, if the moon wasn't in the sky, the earth would not be out of balance. So I hope they don't mess with it. They will, but you know. But anyway, when I see the moon in reverse, I think about just being like, I guess like what I'm saying, like uprooted. So it's like you're not grounded, kind of like, ah. So like when you find yourself in a space of shifting, because this is really what we're talking about, how to shift, how to bloom where you're planted, you don't feel like you have balance. So you're like everywhere and you feel like you're losing, you know. But the thing about it is, whatever you feel like you're losing, you really have to release it. You can't, just like with this Three of Clubs, you can't be afraid to, I know I say that all the time, you can't be afraid, but that's kind of the thing. It's like all this shit that I talk about, all the stuff that I do, has a basis in not being afraid and not allowing fear to run your life. Not being afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, baby. Don't be afraid of letting go, changing, shifting your mentality so that you can change your reality. Shit. Yes. Okay. The Empress. Find your glow. You know, the overall card of the day. Sun is not shining. Where does the glow come from? The glow comes from within. The glow is internal. And it, just like I was talking about how I was projecting out that toxicity, the glow will show on your skin. You know, it will show in your eyes. So like, maybe when you are trying to bloom where you're planted, you need to give yourself an ideal. And this is what I do with my clients whenever we're doing the program. You need to give yourself an ideal. What am I seeking to grow into? Which version of myself do I want to be right here? I want to be my highest vibrating, and I don't necessarily love to use the words high and low. I like to use positive and negative. My most positive self, my most fulfilled self. And when you say I'm a positive person or I'm vibrating positively, that's not to say that you don't sometimes have to go get your sword. You still do. Okay? And you can't try to eradicate your darkness, which is what carries the sword. Okay. But you want to be in your most positive vibration. So you know you're not. You know you're not right now. That's been shown to you. Your life is expressing negativity because you are negative in here. Don't be afraid to let go of that inherently negative vibration. Don't be afraid to let go of being nice to others and unkind to yourself. Because that's what happens when we say, well, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice person. I try to do for others. I try to this and that. You end up bending over backwards. You can fuck yourself up. And I love Whitney Houston, but I'm not. It's that's right and that's okay. And he wasn't man enough. Anthony Hamilton cannot nothing to do R. Kelly. I'll do September. Okay, one more. Dun 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 dun. Because I have some content I need to create. Just one for TikTok. So another video where this guy Bill Bennett got on some Fox News show, and he said that what needs to happen is these boys, these young men, and the Ten of Swords need to have an exorcism. Okay, and I agree. What needs to be exercised is the mindset of entitlement that belongs to white men in this country. So yes, so just like those white men, just like white men in this country need to die and be reborn to the truth, which is you are not above the rest of us. You also have to have your death and rebirth experience. So when we're talking about blooming where you're planted, yes, beautiful. You are here. Look around you. What is it that you want to change about your reality? Now, get to work on it. But also, like I said, don't be afraid to lose your former self in order to die and become your best self, your most healed self. And I heard a TikTok the other day. I think I'm going to use the sound, but it said, that's not the right position. I think she said something like, healing is not about becoming your best self, but it's like about, I'm trying to think of the exact words, but it was something more along the lines of like, just letting your truth be, you know, because that's really it. That's why I asked the question, if you're nice. If you say you're nice, I probably agree with that. But when I'm agreeing with that, it's because I see you out here laying down and fake smiling when you don't want to. And I know when people are not actually in that vibration of giving, caring, love. I know when you are really not that. I can feel that. I'm getting information about what you really feel. So when you're like, yeah, I'm nice, I'm like, nah, you're not. And I have to watch you because you feel victimized by something, probably your niceness. And if I don't carry myself effectively right here or carefully, you'll try to fuck with me because you don't know how to be honest. When you don't know how to be honest, when you don't know how to be your true self, you will be manipulating, because that's just what people do whenever they don't know how to speak up for themselves and say, I don't fucking like this. Bitch, I don't fuck with you. You get on my nerves. I hate what you do. It makes me fucking sick. Bitch, if that's your truth, then fucking be it, you know? Like, what can I say except for, I'm sorry you feel that way. I still gotta be me. I still gotta be me. You triggered by my freedom. Okay, I totally get that. But that's not my problem. But if that's your truth, then you need to be it. You know? If that's your truth, then you need to be it. Stop showing up all fake and fraud, acting like you love everything I do. You don't fucking like the shit I do. You know what I mean? You probably wish I would tell you more. I can't. I can't tell everybody everything, especially about my own personal healing journey. Like, I have a course that you can watch. You can hear me talk about my healing journey. You can hear me talk about the tools I use to get there. But you guys don't want to spend any money. You want me to just keep showing up out here like, okay, so here go the game. No, the game is to be sold, not told. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me. If you don't have $20, then you don't want to know, you know. But I see you spending your money on restaurants. I see you spending your money on new clothes. I see you spending your money out to the bar. I see you doing everything you can to be a bright star, but you feel like shit. This emperor in reverse is not that nigga, excuse me, but wants to look like it. You know what I mean? When you're more concerned about how you look than how you feel, you end up there. When you're more concerned about how you look than how you feel, you end up there. So, I mean, that's the thing, is it's like you either choose to present yourself as other people will accept you as you think, because people will accept you in your truth, or you present yourself as you really are. And until you can figure out what that is and what that means for you by doing this work that I just talked about, you will find yourself in a space of not feeling powerful and not feeling like you are out of balance. Okay. So what else? So yeah, so be your truth. That just was coming flying out of there. Eight of Pentacles again. Do your damn work. And that's internal work. The work is not on the surface. The work is not on the surface. You know, I see a lot of people too who are like, I want to change my life. Which means, okay, like I have a vision board up there. I got a crock pot. I already bought a crock pot or whatever. So I just cross off the things that I have or whatever. But it's not about going to buy all of these things to make myself feel good. It's not about me going to buy all the things I put on that vision board. Then my life will be fixed. Your internal self has to be at the balance. And then your external reality matches it. It's not outside in. It's inside out. So you will find, if you want to feel better and you think you're going to do that by buying new clothes, going to get your body fixed, changing your hair, buying a bunch of material items, you will feel satisfied for a time. But after that newness has worn off, your truth comes back. I don't have a purpose. I don't feel like I'm grounded. Everything I do sucks, and I am not a bad bitch. It's going to come back. So what you got to do is have the death and rebirth experience. And that is not easy work. That is not easy work. But it can be done. And it's a process if you take your time with it, just like with plants. The roots go down from the inside out. And then the plant can grow. The flower can bloom once it's been rooted. Okay. So that's why it's inner work. You have to dive into yourself. Damn, how did I get here? Like I had a conversation with my mom this morning. We were talking about some of my beliefs about being black and being a black woman, and how it's been a detriment to me. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Reluctance to become the gardener of your own seeds. Not wanting to put in the work. Take the time. Because you want everything to be lickety split. That's an impossibility. I know I always say too that I think nothing's impossible. But let me tell you what is impossible. And it's because I've lived it. Changing your life from point A to point Z in 5 minutes. That doesn't work. It's a long journey. It's a long process because there are so many beliefs that you have. Blame it on the boogie. There's so many beliefs that you have. There's so much that you've experienced. You have to clean that up. What's happening, and I saw this the other day when I was fussing at my daughter downstairs because I was sweeping it. She was like, I'm about to mop. And I'm like, it needs to be swept first. You finna mop on top of crumbs. Sweep up the crumbs first and then mop. So what people try to do is they say they want to change their life, and they want to create their life, and they want to, you know, have a new reality. Then they go start mopping on top of crumbs. Okay. You'll have a bigger mess to clean up. So start at the beginning. Do right. Go in and sweep. Check your beliefs. Check to see what you think about yourself. Check to see what you see yourself as. What you see reality as. What you think you deserve in this life. All these different things that's why I do the seminar, The Foundations of Abundance, because it helps people to hit those things that need to be swept, those areas that need to be swept on the way to abundance. You cannot just go to abundance. especially as an individual of color in this country. Not only do you have your personal beliefs that are blocking you, but you have beliefs about what this country feels about you, what you deserve in this country. So you have to sweep that too. All of it. You got to do the work. You can't just come in my inbox, have one session with me and be like, I'm fixed. I mean, y'all haven't been watching me. Y'all haven't watched me go like this. All these different waves I've ridden on. I'm up. Yes. Okay, I got it. Fuck. Okay, I'm back. Fuck. Okay, shit. Fuck. God damn it. Never mind. Just forget it. Just forget it. Because I had to get into that. This is me. This is me. If you don't like it, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but the only thing I can do is be me. So that means that sometimes I'm not going to show up and be like, hey, y'all, let me tell you about the sun today. Sometimes I'm not going to do that. It just depends. It just fucking depends. I'm riding with the flow of life, instead of fighting against it. But that took me 3 years of work. Blame it on the boogie. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You got to be grateful for what you have right now before you can get to where you want to go. So you have to be okay with the season you're in. If you are in the season where the roots are now going down, be okay with that. Like I was in the season of roots going down and wanting my flowers to be blooming and was frustrated. Look at the flowers on my shirt. This is like the shirt I wore the first time I ever wore my hair curly too. Look at that, full circle. Anyway, because I didn't even do anything to this today. It just is big. But I was wanting my flowers, my plants to be growing. I was wanting my garden to be at fullness. And that's just not the way it works. It's all divine timing. So like being at peace and being at ease with where you are, not to be in a space of complacency where you don't try. That's not what I'm saying, because I think people get that mixed up too. They're like, well, you saying be satisfied with where I am. No, accept it. Acceptance is not complacency, because once you have accepted and you're aware of the situation, then you can say, this is what I want to change, and write it down. This is what I want to change. This is what I want to change. And then start working on it and give yourself time to allow and when I talk about seeds too, I'm talking about what you're planting in your mind. You got to allow that to germinate. You've got to allow that to root. You've got to allow that to really get in there. And I was having that conversation with my mother this morning, and we were talking about how I changed my mindset in different ways. And I said, it's also about the consistency in the affirmation. People want to say affirmations one time. When we did the overflow with the Oasis, I pulled the cards and I gave everybody a prescription, which was affirmations specific to what I had read for them, and gave it to them to go and reprogram themselves with. And I look at some of the people who I affirmed and gave a prescription, and they really have changed and allowed themselves to bloom, but it takes time. It takes time, and you have to be consistent. You have to be willing to show up for yourself in a way that feels weird, one, because you are going to have to sit and talk to yourself and reprogram what has been said. At the beginning of the week, we talked about outwitting the devil. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about outwitting the devil. I'm talking about you being able to bring your darkness in like this and say, it is okay for you to exist. It is okay for you to exist. And I'm going to give you an outlet for this energy, because that's what it wants. Some way to be really creative, So give yourself a place to create. You don't necessarily have to be an artist. You don't have to be a singer, songwriter. You don't have to be a poet. You don't have to be a builder of clay or anything like that, but something that you can channel that into, something you can channel it into gives it a place to live. That way it's not attacking you because you're ignoring it. You're acting like you don't have that. Everybody has duality. The moon card too, to me, is about duality. Everybody has duality. Everybody. So like if you're acting like you're nice all the time, I'm nice. I'm always nice. That darkness in you is going, yeah, right, because when you saw that girl's picture, you said, fuck that bitch. Remember that? And there you go. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Because you're not free and brave. So your lack of bravery, your lack of your own creative energy and space is making you a hater. But guess who you hate on the most? You. You ain't finna hate on me because I'm protected. I don't know if y'all know about Psalm 54. But Psalm 54 says, save me, O God. Strangers have risen up against me. These motherfuckers are hating on me. They don't believe in goodness. They don't follow your teachings. They not of God. They not operating in love. And these people are hating on me. I need you to step in. And I believe that that actually works. So if you start hating on me, you are likely to find yourself upset and fucked up. If you're trying to restrict me and hate on me, you're going to be fucked up about it. And I'm not. Because if I let myself be free, nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me. And if you take that mentality too, who will be able to stop you? Nobody. You can't give that power to the world. You're giving that power to the world. And the divine gave it to you to turn your light on, to turn on your light and shine bright like the sun. You know, you might feel fucked up today because you gave somebody else the power to make you feel good. Oh, now I feel invalidated because this person is not in my life anymore. That was your fault. You shouldn't have been operating in that damn codependency like that. You shouldn't have been operating in codependency. Now it's your opportunity to build that relationship with yourself and the divine. Jump in. Andromedan energy adventure and say yes to change. Hell yeah. Allow yourself to bloom. Allow yourself to bloom. Stop restricting yourself from your growth. You don't know what you're going to become. You have no idea. When I let myself wear curly hair and wore this shirt, I was not the person that I am today. I wanted to be, but I wasn't her yet because I didn't know how. I hadn't done any of the things that I've done over the last 2 years. I hadn't done anything. So how could I be this person if I hadn't experienced the last 24 months? I would never be able to be myself if I hadn't had to grow through the things that I went through, hadn't had the experience that I did. But I had to let myself move. Okay, I'm a little bit scared because this is different, but I'm growing. I'll try it. You know, when I first got on a video with Fernando, I was like, oh my God, everyone's going to call me fraud and fake because I'm new. And I thought that. And I had imposter syndrome. But I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who gonna check me? Nobody. Star family. You're part of a team of souls calling sport. Just like I said, get you a Psalm 54. You feel scared to do your thing because you feel like people are going to try to hurt you? Get you a Psalm 54. Whatever you want to say. You can write your own prayer. You don't have to use Psalm 54. I mean, those are just prayers that were written by David. And we using them. So write your own prayer if you feel like you need to. Like the one that the girl gave me the other day. God, I want to do your will. I believe you have called me to do this. So I am walking in obedience. Show me how. God, I want to be protected. Universe, I want to be protected, however you want to say it. Divine Creator, I want to be protected. I know you protect me. I know that I'm doing your will, and I know that you will not allow anyone to hurt and harm me as long as I am walking on the righteous path. Hey man, whatever you want to say. And don't you worry about a thing, because worry is a sin. Worry is a sin. Worry keeps you from growing. It blocks your growth. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like last night I was sitting down on the porch and I guess I was praying and I was thinking and I was like, I had asked a question and then solutions started popping up, but I had to tell myself, the solution is not going to come right after you've asked the question. You have to allow it to, and I wrote this in the beginning of the week, co-creation happens in the space between you and the divine. So I had to remember that. I have to allow the space. I have to allow the space. Okay. You have to allow the space. Bring the beat in. So when the solutions that my logical mind was coming up with were things that I had really already done before that hadn't worked, I said, that's not it. It's not going to be something you've done before. It's going to be something new, and you're not going to expect it. Well, when the answer comes, you will know. You will know. But trust. You guys, please. Trust. And that's the hardest thing, is because when we are here in our bodies for all the years, we don't see how we work in tandem with the divine, how we really co-create with the divine. So when we have a problem, we automatically try to come up with the solution for ourselves and go out there and fix it. Automatically, boom, I got it, I'm going to go do this. But what if you had waited? What if you had waited for the divine to fill the space? What if you had waited for the divine to fill the space? What could have grown there? You have to trust. And that's why you have to have the relationship, because if you don't have the relationship, of course, you're not going to trust. But it's like practicing, allow yourself to be taken care of by your source, your supply. You know what I mean? Like, allow yourself a little bit to be taken care of in that way. But people are scared. Ooh, I like this one. Hex. Be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. Baby. That's big time. That's big time. So that's part of the reason why we don't trust, is because we have had experiences in relationships with other people and they have not proven to show up for us, or they have backstabbed us, So we're like, I ain't gonna wait on nobody to do nothing. But the thing about it is, God, the creator, is not a human person. So you don't have to worry that you're going to ask for something, or you're going to expect to bloom where you're planted. And for some reason, I'm seeing, like, in the Beauty and the Beast, where the flower was inside of that glass container, you have to trust that you're protected in the container as you're blooming. You're blooming with protection. So, like, you don't have to be like, what if somebody comes and tries to eat me? Because pretending we're flowers or whatever. But what if somebody comes through and sprays weed killer on me and I get hurt? You have to believe that you are protected. So whatever happens to you in the process of growth is part of what you need. Maybe it's part of pruning. Maybe you need to be pruned. I don't know. But you have to believe that what is harmful to you first will be shown to you in order for you to stop taking that nice approach, protect yourself, but also believe that you are under divine protection. Finally, you put my love on top, baby. That's that. Oh, I really like that R. Kelly song too. But that's Snoop Dogg. That's that. I just hate that he's so poisonous. He's really sick. People like him, sick. Baby. So maybe Bill was not necessarily wrong about needing exorcism. People are energetically sick. That's why they go out and kill other people. But it's a larger problem. Like, we can't be trying to exercise individual young white men. Like, white men need to not believe that they are entitled to this country. It's not yours. It doesn't belong just to you. First of all, this land was never yours in the first place. But they're indoctrinated and programmed way early on entitlement. So if they see their country becoming one that doesn't look like what they feel comfortable with, what they gonna do? Act out, of course. And you told them it was okay, and not once have I seen one of them people getting shot to death in the news media, which needs to happen in order for them to see you can't do that. So they keep doing it because no one has been killed. No one has been killed. Nobody that I can recall has been murdered. Well, I wouldn't necessarily be murdered because they just murder people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody has been killed for killing people. Somebody was taken to Burger King on the way to the police station. Like, what message are you sending? It's okay for you to do this. It's not. Personal growth. Personal growth. Ugly scars. This card indicates a time of significant growth and improvement. When you are being encouraged to be the best you can be, this is a time to ask yourself, who am I? What do I want from my life? And what is preventing me from achieving it? So just closing out the reading with everything I've been saying. When you ask yourself these questions, observe whatever comes up, then acknowledge your mental and physical limitations. Set realistic goals for overcoming them and take the necessary steps to follow through with desire and determination. You can reach your full potential. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to investigate anything that helps raise your conscious awareness and enhances your self-esteem. It may be a book, CD, online seminar, workshop, health program, yoga, practice, or meditation, or it may be working with an energy worker, therapist, or life coach like me. Whatever suits your needs. A step in this direction, regardless of what it is, will set you up for life. As you improve yourself, you improve your quality of life. As you raise your awareness, you align yourself with Source. This is all you need to make your dreams come true. I mean, that's really it. That's the bottom line right there, baby. And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line right there. It's about growth. So when you're talking about blooming where you're planted, you are in a space of personal growth and personal development. And it is your responsibility to actively stay in it, okay? Oh, shit. And you play with it. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to be an active participant. You cannot just say, God, I want this to be over, and then you keep taking them drugs every day. God, I want this to be over, but let me real quick go up here and give me a glass of whiskey. You know, like, that's not going to work. I want this to be over. My life hurts, but let me keep talking to this person that is a manipulative narcissist. So let me continue. No. No. I'm going to dance today. I have a lot to do. Well, actually, no, I don't. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Okay. Thanks. I love you too. You should know. I think this is Queen of Pentacles, actually. My shoulder hurts. I guess that's how I slept, but at least I slept. Night before last, I did not sleep well. Even when you to me one much worse, had to do something to make it higher. Still crying. Still crying. Okay, yes. A fairy sits on a mushroom, her hand raised in protection. Come on, we talked about protection. Didn't we talk about protection? Two snakes have been tied together, creating the illusion of the Ouroboros. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah, because I was reading this on accident the other day, too. This queen knows the value of being open. She is also practical, for she tied the two snakes together. Her hand has a hamster raised in the gesture of security. Her hat helps her blend in with the mushroom she sits on. Her challenge is trying to be truly open to the world. The lesson she shares is being compassionate and trusting in the world, nurturing growth, trust, and unity with all. Trust, y'all. Trust. Ooh, come on, Beyonce. Trust. Trust. That's all it takes. I give it away to you. I let go. I give up trying to figure out which direction this thing is going to go. I just put it out there, you know? Got to be able to do that. Or else you're going to be frustrated because it's not going to do what you say it to do because you're not the divine. You are divine, of course, but you don't know everything. You can't. Fever all through the night. Yeah, he's so intelligent. Come on, he's so confident. My baby's so damn sexy. Put the fever on me. Yeah. Okay. 102. All right. That's all I have for today. I'll put everything about taking that course in the body of the caption so that y'all can do it. I've decided that that's the first step to working with me is taking that course and watching me in my 2020. Because if you watch it and you look at me now, you'll be like, okay, she's different. So you need to watch it because I'm giving some really good information, but also you need to see. And that's why I also try to offer people insight by looking at my Morning Vibe archives. So if you're interested in that, just, message me or drop it in the comments. Hey, I'm interested in the Morning Vibe archives or whatever. And you can watch my transformation. You can watch my transformation. So you know I'm not just like, oh, no, I did this for real. And I want to share it with you. But y'all got to make some kind of investment because if you don't, you're not going to take it seriously. Okay. All right. Fever isn't such a new thing. Fever started long ago. All right. So I'll see you later. Don't be a self-hater. You